Flight attendant mocks black woman's accent, then regrets everything when she reveals her status. The hum of the airplane engines was a steady backdrop as passengers settled into their seats on Flight 472 from Chicago to Atlanta. Aisha Carter, a 34-year-old black woman with a warm smile and sharp eyes, adjusted her tailored blazer and took her window seat in business class. Her locks were neatly pulled back, and her presence carried an air of quiet confidence. She was returning from a high-stakes conference where she'd just been named one of the top diversity consultants in the country. But today, she was just another passenger, so she thought. Across the aisle, a young couple whispered excitedly about their vacation plans. Behind her, a man in a suit typed furiously on his laptop. The cabin buzzed with the usual pre-flight chaos until a flight attendant, Sarah, approached Aisha's row. Sarah, in her late 20s, had a clipboard in hand and a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Ma'am, can you confirm your boarding pass?" Sarah asked, her tone sharper than necessary. Aisha handed it over her pass, her voice calm but tinged with the melodic cadence of her southern roots. "Here you go, ma'am." Sarah's lips pursed her lips. "I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? Your accent's a little thick," she said, her voice loud enough to draw a few glances from nearby passengers. She chuckled, mimicking Aisha's inflection with an exaggerated drawl. "Hiya-goo." A few nervous laughs rippled through the cabin, and Aisha's smile froze. Aisha's chest tightened, but she kept her composure. "My boarding pass is correct. Seat 3A. Sarah tilted her head, her smile turning patronizing. "Oh, I'm sure it's fine. I just need to make sure you're in the right section." She lingered on the word right, glancing at Aisha's locks and then at the mostly white business class section. The implication was clear. Aisha didn't belong here. The air grew thick with tension. The man behind Aisha stopped typing. The couple across the aisle fell silent. Aisha's voice lowered, steady but cutting. "I know exactly where I belong. Do you?" Sarah's smirk faltered, but she doubled down, her voice dripping with condescension. "No need to get upset, ma'am. I'm just doing my job. Some people are so sensitive these days." She turned away, tossing her ponytail dismissively, and muttered under her breath, "Probably a diversity hire anyway." The cabin erupted in gasps. Gasps echoed. Aisha's hands gripped the armrests, her nails digging into the leather. She could feel every eye on her. The pity, the curiosity, the judgment. For a moment, she'd been reduced to a stereotype, her years of hard work erased by a single cruel jab. She could let it go. She could stay quiet, like she'd done so many times before. But not today. Aisha stood slowly, her voice steady as she called out, "Excuse me." The words sliced through the cabin's hum. Sarah turned, startled. "You don't know me. You don't know my story. But you're about to." The tension was suffocating now, every passenger riveted. Sarah crossed her arms, defiant. "Ma'am, please sit down. You're causing a scene." "I'm causing a scene?" Aisha's laugh was bitter but controlled. "You mocked my accent, questioned my place here, and insulted me in front of everyone. And now I'm the problem." An older white woman in the next row, Mrs. Helen, who'd been quietly observing, suddenly spoke up, her voice trembling but resolute. "She's right. I heard everything you said, young lady. It was uncalled for." The unexpected ally caught Sarah off guard, and murmurs of agreement spread through the cabin. Sarah's face reddened, but she scoffed. "This is ridiculous. I'm just doing my job." Aisha took a step closer, her voice steady but blazing with conviction. "Your job isn't to humiliate. Your job isn't to judge. I'm Dr. Aisha Carter, lead diversity consultant for one of the largest airlines in the world, your airline." I was invited to your company's boardroom last week to discuss how to prevent exactly this kind of behavior. The cabin fell deathly silent. Sarah's clipboard slipped slightly in her hands, her bravado crumbling. Passengers exchanged stunned glances. The man behind Aisha let out a low whistle. Aisha continued, her voice softer now but no less powerful. I've spent my life fighting to be seen, to be heard, to be respected. My accent is my heritage. My locks, they're my pride. And my seat here? I earned it. You don't get to take that away from me. Sarah opened her mouth, but no words came. The captain's voice crackled over the intercom, announcing a delay due to a minor technical issue, but no one moved. All eyes were on Aisha. Mrs. Helen stood now, her frail frame shaking with emotion. I'm ashamed, she said, her voice breaking. I've sat quietly too many times when I've seen things like this. Not anymore. She turned to Aisha. Thank you for speaking up. The unexpected twist of Mrs. Helen's support shifted the room's energy. Other passengers began to nod, some clapping softly. A young black teenager in coach, who'd been watching from afar, stood and raised a fist in solidarity. The gesture sent a ripple of warmth through Aisha's chest. Sarah's face was now a mask of regret, her eyes darting as she realized the weight of her actions. I didn't mean, she stammered. But Aisha raised a hand, cutting her off. I don't need your apology right now, Aisha said. I need you to think. Think about the power you have in your role. Think about the people you hurt when you assume, when you mock, when you judge. You don't know their stories. You don't know mine. The captain emerged from the cockpit, sensing the tension. After a brief exchange with Aisha and Sarah, he addressed the cabin. We're a family here, folks. Let's treat each other like one. His words were diplomatic, but the message was clear. Sarah was escorted to the galley, her head bowed. As the plane finally took off, passengers approached Aisha with quiet words of support. Mrs. Helen slipped her a note. You're an inspiration. Keep shining. The teenager from coach shyly asked for a photo, whispering, You're my hero. Aisha gazed out the window, the clouds swirling below like the emotions in her heart. She'd stood her ground, not just for herself, but for everyone who'd ever felt unseen. But the victory wasn't triumphant, it was heavy. She thought of Sarah, wondering if her words had planted a seed of change or just another resentment. When the plane landed, Aisha walked off with her head high, her locks catching the sunlight. She knew the world wouldn't change overnight, but she'd sparked something to die a reckoning, a reminder that every voice matters. What do you think? How can we balance calling out injustice with fostering understanding in moments like these?